Have you ever heard of Hygge? I first learned about it from one of my cousins who has Norwegian ancestry, and she incorporates a lot of this into her lifestyle. And now Hygge has been more universally made known by being featured in Frozen 2. Now forgive me in advance for my pronunciation this entire video, but I'm gonna give it a go. Hygge can't be directly translated into English, but it's often associated with coziness, contentment, warmth, gentleness, and finding beauty in day-to-day life. It originated in Norway and it was adopted by Denmark, where it's evolved into what we know now, even making it into the Oxford English Dictionary in 2017. It's known in Denmark as a way to cope with the long, dark, harsh winters that they experience there. It turns the focus inward to create warmth, intimacy, and contentment through simple pleasures like candles, warm drinks, a good book, and spending time with the ones you love. Here are some of my favorite ways to experience Hygge. Light a candle. Wear fuzzy socks. Cuddle up with a warm blanket. Enjoy a cup of cocoa or apple cider. Read a book. Feel the warmth of a fireplace. Eat a home-cooked meal. Spend Saturday morning in pajamas. Use a daylight lamp. Play soft music and journal. Color a coloring page. Bundle up and go for a walk. Romanticize the small moments in your daily life. Or revisit a hobby that lights you up. Practicing Hygge can help regulate your nervous system. And when you have a regulated nervous system, when you feel safe and happy, you're more likely to show up effectively in the work that you do. I've had to teach myself that taking time to enjoy the little things is not a waste of time. It's exhausting to be productive 24/7. And it backfires. Instead of having the energy to complete a task when it is scheduled, I find myself wanting to just take a nap. And all this because I hadn't taken care of myself. What if we don't need to be consistently scrambling to find success in business? What if making it easy is the secret? But what does making it easy even look like? How can we embrace the spirit of Hygge in our business? Insert project management system here. Aww. Okay, but seriously, proper project management can prevent so many things from going wrong in our business. This includes trying to turn around a product or service too quickly, not giving yourself enough time to plan, changing the date of something but then forgetting all the places in which you need to update the date, not taking into consideration other time-sensitive tasks that have to get done, missing deadlines because they're not top of mind, and carrying the heavy mental load of everything that's swimming in your head, instead of writing it down somewhere where everyone can see it. There are two types of projects to consider when planning ahead in your project management. Number one is the long-term recurring projects. These are things like weekly content creation and scheduling posts, client delivery, so your weekly calls, your Q&As, your one-on-one sessions, your retainer work, launching recurring promotional cycles for your core offers, internal administrative tasks and operations, so that's like your bookkeeping, your invoicing, your contracts, ongoing list building and lead generation, your team management and your weekly team meetings, and daily customer support tickets and community engagement, just to name a few. The second are short-term, one-time projects, and these include new product development, building a sales page, setting up a new funnel, migrating your tools to another platform, a one-time workshop or live event, or a specific time-sensitive promotion. What I often see with my clients is that these short-term, time-sensitive projects will take all of the energy and focus and resources from the team. But you cannot let those recurring foundational tasks fall through the cracks. And the key to running all of this without feeling overwhelmed is documentation. As you and your team work through each task in your business, use a tool like Loom or Scribe to record your screen while you're doing the task, and then talk through the task, explain what you're doing. Now, obviously, this doesn't have to be you. This can be someone on your team. Not only are you and the members of your team going through these tasks anyway, but as you do the process documentation, you are creating a living, breathing SOP that you can return to time and time again. And it can live inside the project management software for the lifetime of the project or the task. And it can be repurposed for future tasks. This comes in clutch when it's been over a month since you've done something and you come back to the task and you're like, I don't really remember how to do this thing because it's been like 3 months. But it's also really useful when you're onboarding new hires, so anybody can jump in, see the process doc, and go for it. If you take the small, consistent action that it takes to implement this in your project management software, you'll be able to cut out unnecessary tasks, optimize your back-end systems, know exactly what needs to get done and by when, and be really clear on everything that it takes to bring your project to life. If you're looking for help in mapping this out and setting yourself up for success, the Happy Client Audit is the perfect place to start, and I'll link it below. Another huge part of Hygge for me is setting up boundaries around my time so I can focus on what is most important to me and ensure that I'm doing more of what I love. A few years ago, I started blocking out CEO time, and it just started with a 4-hour block once a week. But as it started evolving, it turned into me blocking off all of Wednesday, not taking any meetings. Then I got to a point where I started blocking off Monday, part of Monday, and then the end of Friday as well. The trouble was, I felt really guilty anytime someone wanted to book with me because I could see this big empty block in my calendar that I had set aside for myself, and I knew that technically I could squeeze them in. And so when they'd ask me, I'd say, well, I normally don't take meetings on Wednesday, but I think I can squeeze you in. I bet you can guess what happened. My work days became full of back-to-back meetings. Like so bad that at the start of the next meeting, I would have to say, hey, give me just 1 second, I'll be right back. And then I'd have to run to the restroom and get a drink of water. At the end of those days, I would just go lay in my bed feeling completely depleted, feeling hungry, feeling exhausted, and asking myself, how did I let this happen again? Because this was the reason that I set aside time for myself, so that this would not happen. That's when I started getting very ruthless with my time and my boundaries. When people would ask me if I could take a meeting on a Wednesday, I just started saying, I'm not available on Wednesday. Because I'm not. Wednesday is specifically for working on my vision and big picture strategy for my business. So now, today, I typically only take meetings on Tuesdays or Thursdays, exceptions being if I'm going out of town or if there's a holiday and I have to rearrange some things. It is like night and day. I started enjoying my work even more. And it also allowed me to show up more present for my calls because I know everything's been taken care of and that's what this time is allocated for. And I could not do that before. Do this for you. You are the business owner. You are in control of your schedule. You can say when meetings get moved and when you won't take calls and appointments. I've created a free resource for you to map out and begin to prioritize your CEO time. I will link it below for you. So now that you've set aside time, you're all ready to get cozy and dream big. There are some digital best practices that can help you keep in the zone and not be pulled away by urgent things. And oh boy, fires will come up every day in business if you let them. And honestly, they all feel urgent when they come up. But over the years, I have learned that there is nothing so important in business that you have to drop everything you're doing right now to go and fix it. As a mentor and friend of mine often says when things go wrong in business, no small children were harmed. Here are my favorite digital well-being habits to help me stay on track. Do not disturb mode. Even turning off your ringer for a bit and placing your phone face down and out of reach. Putting everything in my calendar and syncing my personal and business calendars so that I can see them and toggle them on and off. Using alarms to remind me of something that's coming up. This is especially useful when I need to focus on a task but I have a meeting later in the day. Doing meditation and visualization exercises on YouTube. There are so many amazing resources. Keeping a resources and quick links document to dump my most important links and view resources at a glance. And weekly reporting. It is so much easier to do this week to week, and it helps me feel like I have the big picture of everything and I'm on top of things. And don't forget, you don't have to do everything yourself. Outsourcing is so underrated. Hire somebody who's really good at the thing that you need done so that you can focus all of your time and energy on all of the things that you are really good at. I have clients who will spend hours or even days trying to fix something on their website that could have been done in 30 seconds. But the thing is they don't know what they don't know. None of us know what we don't know. So ask for help when you need it. In fact, ask for help before you think you need it. If you're looking for support right now, the Happy CEO Intensive can help you save time and energy on all of the techie, behind the scenes, and system stuff. I'm always here and happy to help you. Remember that when you spend your time intentionally on what you're great at and give yourself the time and space to take good care of yourself and spend time with those you love, your efficiency will skyrocket and you'll feel happier. What will you commit to adding into your calendar this week to help you experience Hygge? Cheers. Hygge. That doesn't sound quite right. Hygge. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, have you ever heard of Hygge?